Have you ever looked at the grandeur of the pyramids of Egypt and thought, what if they were more than just royal tombs? What if these ancient structures were actually power plants harnessing unseen forces? Imagine the pyramids not just as final resting places for the pharaohs, but as colossal energy generators of a lost civilization. Buckle up, because today we're going on an electrifying journey exploring some fascinating theories about these ancient wonders. We're delving into the engineering marvels, piezoelectricity, and even the possibility that the pyramids predate the Egyptians. To fully grasp the awe-inspiring genius behind the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, we must understand its sheer magnitude. Standing tall at 481 feet originally, this pyramid was the tallest man-made structure on Earth for almost 4,000 years. Its colossal size isn't the only feature that impresses, though. The accuracy with which it was built is mind-boggling. For instance, the base of the pyramid is a nearly perfect square, with sides measuring about 230.4 meters each. The sides are aligned almost exactly with the cardinal points of the compass, deviating by less than 0.06 degrees from true north. This kind of precision would be a challenging feat, even with our modern construction technology, let alone with the tools and methods available over 4,000 years ago. The interior design is no less impressive. The Grand Gallery, the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, and the mysterious subterranean chamber are all part of a complex internal system. These elements, combined with the intricately designed ventilation shafts, showcase the extraordinary knowledge and skill of the architects who conceived this masterpiece. The more we learn about the Great Pyramid, the more we realize just how much of an engineering marvel it is. And that's just the start of the mysteries this ancient edifice holds for us. When we consider the Great Pyramid, many among us can't help but wonder, could there be more to its purpose than a mere tomb? Enter the electrifying theory of pyramids as power plants. This idea, while certainly not mainstream, has ignited the imaginations of many independent researchers and thinkers. Some advocates of this theory point to the design and construction of the pyramid, specifically its use of granite. Granite is known to contain quartz crystals, which can generate an electrical charge under pressure, a phenomenon known as piezoelectricity. The King's Chamber, lined with granite, could potentially have generated this form of electricity. Another piece of evidence cited is the mysterious tunnels leading into and out of the King's Chamber. These shafts, some argue, could have been used to channel some form of energy. The fact that these tunnels align with certain star constellations adds further intrigue to these theories. Additionally, the location of the pyramid itself is noteworthy. The Great Pyramid is located at the geographical center of Earth's landmass. Could this be a mere coincidence, or was it intentionally built here due to some special geoelectric properties of this location? To fully grasp the theory of the Great Pyramid as a power plant, one must first understand its unique internal design, the precision with which the pyramid was constructed, the particular materials used, and the placement of different chambers and corridors all contribute to the hypothesis. Let's begin with the King's Chamber. This room is made entirely of granite, which, as we discussed before, has a significant quartz content. Quartz is known to produce an electric charge under pressure, a phenomenon known as piezoelectricity. This has led some to believe that the pyramid may have been designed to generate and store energy. Then we have the Grand Gallery, a 47 meters long, 8 meters high corridor that leads directly to the King's Chamber. It's suggested by some theorists that the gallery could act as a resonance chamber, potentially amplifying and focusing any energy generated within the King's Chamber. Below the King's Chamber and the Grand Gallery, there's the so-called Queen's Chamber, and further down still, the subterranean chamber. The latter is an unfinished, rough-hewn room cut into the bedrock beneath the pyramid. The purpose of these rooms is still shrouded in mystery, and some believe they were integral to the supposed energy production of the pyramid. Connecting the outside world to these internal chambers are 4 narrow shafts, 2 from the King's Chamber and 2 from the Queen's Chamber. While their precise function remains unknown, some researchers speculate they might have acted as conduits for the energy generated inside the pyramid. Finally, the Great Pyramid's external layer was originally covered in white limestone, forming a smooth outer surface. The properties of this limestone are noteworthy. It is an excellent insulator, capable of preserving the internal temperature of the pyramid, but it also conducts electricity well, which adds another fascinating angle to the power plant theory. All these details and architectural features have led some theorists to imagine the Great Pyramid as a complex energy system rather than a simple tomb. This energy, they propose, could have been harnessed for various purposes, from communication to healing to powering advanced technologies. It's a theory that continues to spark imagination. It's clear the pyramid's construction methods were highly sophisticated, and their architects were familiar with some fascinating natural phenomena. Piezoelectricity and the potential of hydrogen power offer interesting insights into the theory of pyramids as ancient power plants. Let's dive deeper into this intriguing aspect of the theory. Piezoelectricity is a property of certain materials, including quartz, to generate an electric charge in response to mechanical stress. And it just so happens that granite, the material used to build the King's Chamber and many internal passages of the Great Pyramid, contains a substantial amount of quartz. If the builders intentionally chose these materials to harness piezoelectricity, it would be evidence of an advanced understanding of physics. But how would mechanical stress have been applied to the granite? Some theorists speculate that the pyramids might have been intentionally designed to vibrate, possibly through the impact of seismic waves or sound reverberations. This vibration would stress the quartz in the granite, generating electricity. If this electricity could then be captured and directed, it could form a power source. Moving on to hydrogen, theorists have proposed that the so-called Queen's Chamber was designed as a hydrogen generator. The idea is based on the mysterious shafts leading into the chamber. According to the theory, one shaft could have supplied the chamber with hydrated zinc and the other with dilute hydrochloric acid. When these two substances mix, they generate hydrogen gas. Could this have been the pyramid's primary source of power? The potential power of hydrogen is well known today. Hydrogen fuel cells are a clean energy technology that's gaining traction. The idea that the ancients might have harnessed the energy potential of hydrogen is tantalizing. Though of course it's also highly speculative. This exploration of the Great Pyramid's internal design, the possible piezoelectric effects of its construction materials, and the potential generation of hydrogen within its chambers opens up new possibilities for interpreting this ancient wonder. Whether or not you subscribe to the power plant theory, it's certainly a fascinating angle to consider as we continue to excavate layers upon layers of history. There's a profound question that continues to baffle archaeologists, historians, and researchers alike. Are the pyramids older than the civilization we credit them to? Some propose the idea of pre-dynastic Egypt, a period before the official start of pharaonic civilization, during which these magnificent structures might have been built. They cite evidence of water erosion on the Sphinx and certain pyramids, suggesting that these structures were subjected to heavy rainfall, a climate condition that hasn't been a part of Egypt's landscape for at least 8,000 years, predating the recognized start of Egyptian civilization. This leads us to an intriguing theory. Did the ancient Egyptians merely inherit these colossal structures? This idea, often referred to as the moved-in theory, posits that the ancient Egyptians found these abandoned architectural marvels and decided to make them a part of their civilization. Proponents of this theory cite the stark contrast between the complex, massive pyramids and the simpler, smaller structures Egyptians were known to build elsewhere during the same period. They also note the absence of conclusive evidence directly linking the pharaohs to the construction of these pyramids, such as contemporary inscriptions, drawings, or definitive proof within the structures themselves. But in the realm of exploration, we must keep our minds open to new possibilities. Seeking truth with skepticism, curiosity, and relentless inquiry. The sands of Egypt still have countless stories buried within them, waiting to be discovered, decoded, and understood. Our journey now takes us to a theory that combines ancient legends, archaeological anomalies, and a sprinkle of speculative thinking. According to some theorists, the pyramids could be remnants of a prehistoric era, predating even the earliest Egyptian dynasties. This theory suggests that the pyramids might have served as a sort of ark, preserving the knowledge of a highly advanced civilization that was wiped out by a cataclysmic flood. We've all heard about the Great Deluge, a massive flood that supposedly wiped out an entire civilization. This story isn't exclusive to any one culture or region. Flood myths are recorded in the lore of numerous civilizations around the world, from the biblical tale of Noah to the ancient Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh. Some propose that this great flood, whenever it may have occurred, destroyed an advanced civilization which had built the pyramids. These survivors, they speculate, could have passed on their knowledge to the Egyptians, who then moved into the pre-existing pyramids. Interestingly, the pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, show signs of significant water erosion, suggesting they were once partially submerged. Could this be evidence of a catastrophic flood? And there's another intriguing element to consider. The pyramids are thought to be designed with exceptional precision, aligned with celestial bodies, and potentially serving as a form of star map. Some suggest this was a way of preserving the lost civilization's astronomical knowledge. But as we continue to peel back the layers of history, we remain open to new discoveries, fresh perspectives, and intriguing possibilities. After all, the quest for knowledge is never-ending. Picture yourself in the sands of ancient Egypt, standing in the shadows of awe-inspiring structures that challenge the very limits of human ingenuity. Pyramids, colossal tombs built by hands millennia ago, each one an embodiment of extraordinary architectural genius, unique in its own way. The sheer magnitude of these structures, coupled with their mystifying precision, hints at an expertise far beyond what we'd expect from the ancient world. But what if there's more to these structures? What if we've been looking at them all wrong? What if they're not just architectural feats, but rather signposts left behind by extraterrestrial visitors? Intriguing, isn't it? The Black Pyramid, located in the royal necropolis of Djoser, built by Pharaoh Amenemhat III. It's named for the dark, weathered casing stones that once covered it, giving it a brooding, mysterious look. Despite its dilapidated state, the Black Pyramid still emanates an undeniable aura of ancient grandeur. The Black Pyramid was the first to be built with mud brick core and encased in a beautiful layer of black basalt, a departure from the usual limestone and granite, adding another layer of intrigue to this historical puzzle. Today, what remains is a glimpse of the grandeur it once held, the blackened edifice standing like a solemn testament to the ingenuity of its creators. Why did Amenemhat choose to use this combination of building materials? Could it have been influenced by a need for a sturdier design, given the structural failures of previous pyramids? Or did the black stones have a specific symbolic or practical purpose beyond our current understanding? The use of different materials has led some to speculate about possible alien influence. The specific choice of black basalt, a volcanic rock known for its high density and resistance to erosion, sparks curiosity. Could it be that an advanced extraterrestrial civilization advised the use of this material to ensure the pyramid's longevity? We may never truly know in the end. The Black Pyramid, much like its brethren, keeps its secrets well, and it's these qualities that continue to captivate and puzzle all who seek to understand the profound history of these ancient wonders. Inside the royal necropolis of Djoser, here we encounter a distinctive and peculiar monument known as the Bent Pyramid. But what gives this pyramid its unique bent appearance? Constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Sneferu, father of Khufu, the Bent Pyramid represents a transitional phase in pyramid construction techniques. Initially, it was designed with a steep 54-degree inclination, similar to the earlier step pyramids. However, about halfway up, the architects suddenly changed the angle to a much less steep 43 degrees, giving it a unique bent shape. Why the sudden change? Some theories suggest structural problems appeared during construction, leading the architects to adjust the angle to prevent a catastrophic collapse. But other theories are more mysterious. Some propose that astronomical or calendrical changes led to this alteration, or perhaps even extraterrestrial involvement or guidance. On the interior, the Bent Pyramid holds another surprise. Unlike most pyramids, it has two entrances, one on the northern face and another on the western, each leading to a different set of chambers. Was this intentional in design for ritualistic purposes, or is there a more practical explanation? Much like its bigger brother in Giza, the Bent Pyramid is a marvel of ancient architecture that continues to perplex and astound us. It stands as a clear indication of the trial and error process the ancient Egyptians employed in their quest to perfect the pyramidal form, but the mystery of its bent shape still stirs the imagination. Could there be a lost alien blueprint, or ancient technological knowledge that we are yet to uncover. Next on our journey through Egypt's awe-inspiring pyramids, we come to the Red Pyramid, another one of Pharaoh Sneferu's architectural wonders located in Djoser. But why red? Well, it gets its name from the reddish limestone used in its construction, especially visible at sunset. Often overlooked due to the grandeur of the Great Pyramid, the Red Pyramid is actually one of Egypt's true architectural marvels. After learning valuable lessons from the Bent Pyramid, Egyptian engineers built the Red Pyramid with a more manageable 43-degree slope from base to tip, giving it a more classical, pointed pyramid shape. Inside, it features a series of corridors and antechambers leading to a pair of burial chambers, showing clear advancements in internal pyramid design from previous generations. The complexity of the internal design sparks questions about the mathematical and engineering capabilities of the ancient Egyptians. It's not unreasonable to think that they may have had some help, whether from an advanced ancient society or even extraterrestrial life. Perhaps one of the most intriguing aspects of the Red Pyramid is the acoustic properties of its chambers. Visitors have reported experiencing a deep, pulsating resonance in certain areas. While scientists have attributed this to the structure's shape and materials, some theorists point towards a more otherworldly explanation, suggesting the pyramid was designed for an acoustic purpose beyond our current understanding. Stepping further back in time, let's visit Saqqara, home to the Pyramid of Djoser. This architectural masterpiece is not just another pyramid, it's actually recognized as the very first colossal stone building and the earliest colossal stone pyramid in Egypt. Constructed for Pharaoh Djoser by his architect Imhotep, it's a step pyramid, quite literally a departure from the classic shape we're accustomed to. This six-tier, four-sided structure ascends in 6 distinct steps, much like a staircase to the heavens. But why would the Egyptians make a step pyramid instead of the smooth-sided ones we're familiar with? Some suggest this was a transitional design, an evolutionary step between the flat-roofed tombs of earlier pharaohs and the smooth-sided pyramids that followed. Others point to religious or cosmological reasons, seeing the steps as a grand staircase for Djoser's Ka, or life force, to ascend to the sky and join the gods. The pyramid's impressive subterranean network of tunnels and chambers over 5 kilometers long adds to the intrigue. Its complexity far outstrips anything attempted before. Was this vast, maze-like understructure a deterrent to grave robbers, a pathway for Djoser's Ka, or something more mysterious? Some proponents of the ancient astronaut theory suggest that these labyrinthine corridors are too complex to be solely the work of human hands, suggesting extraterrestrial involvement in their design. Our second last stop on this grand tour is the Pyramid of Meidum, a structure standing in the Egyptian desert with a story that's as fascinating as its unusual appearance. Unlike other pyramids we've looked at, the Pyramid of Meidum is characterized by its strange tower-like structure, looking less like a pyramid and more like a colossal, multi-layered wedding cake. The Meidum Pyramid is believed to have been initially built as a step pyramid for the pharaoh Sneferu. What's interesting is that it appears to have been architecturally modified mid-construction, with the steps filled in to create a true pyramid form. But something went wrong, dramatically wrong. The outer layers of the pyramid have collapsed, leaving just the inner core standing. What caused this? Did the architects overestimate the stability of their design? Or was there an external factor at play? These questions linger in the wind that sweeps across the Meidum Pyramid, and researchers are still seeking answers. An even more tantalizing question is whether extraterrestrial beings could have influenced the construction of this pyramid. Alien theorists point to the Meidum Pyramid's complex design, the sheer scale of the project, and the sudden shift in architectural plan as indicators of potential alien involvement. Could this pyramid's unique design be an ancient echo of advanced knowledge imparted by extraterrestrial visitors? Until we discover conclusive evidence, the Pyramid of Meidum will continue to both baffle and captivate those who ponder its origins. If we go on a historical journey back in time, around 4,500 years ago to be precise, we encounter one of the most magnificent constructions of the ancient world, the Great Pyramid of Giza. And it's not just great in name, it's massive, originally standing at 481 feet, 146.6 meters, making it the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years. Isn't that something? Constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, it's estimated that around 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing between 2.5 and 15 tons, were used in its construction. The precision and accuracy with which this colossal monument was built are truly mind-boggling. Its sides are aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal points, and its base is horizontal and flat to within just 21 mm. More fascinatingly, the pyramid's design incorporates complex mathematical and astronomical knowledge, such as the concept of pi and the solar year. How an ancient civilization achieved this feat is still a topic of heated debate among archaeologists and historians. Did the Egyptians possess advanced technology lost to time, or, as some propose, were they aided by extraterrestrial beings? The Great Pyramid isn't just an architectural marvel, but also an acoustic one. It appears to focus electromagnetic energy in its chambers and beneath its base, leading to wild speculations about its purpose. From a grand tomb to an ancient power plant or a cosmic beacon, the theories are as numerous as they are intriguing. And there you have it. From the Great Pyramid of Giza to the mysterious Black Pyramid, these structures continue to amaze and baffle us with their design, their purpose, and their possible connections to beings beyond our world. Is it possible that aliens had a hand in their construction? Well, the evidence is largely speculative, and mainstream archaeology continues to offer more terrestrial explanations. Yet the questions remain, and the pyramids stand silent but potent, their secrets preserved through the ages. Until we have all the answers, all we can do is continue to marvel at their mystery. And as always, thanks for watching.